Hey, Western Heights friends and family. Did you know that tonight is the Battle of the Axe? Now, you may have no clue what I'm talking about, which simply means that you're not from around here. The Battle of the Axe is a football game between Sherman and Denison that is actually the longest running football rivalry in the state of Texas. I believe 1901 was the first year of this rivalry, and it still is continuing. And yes, we call it Battle of the Axe. There is an axe involved. As to why that is still, I know the history, I know the story with it, but I know this. A lot of people in my community get worked up about the Battle of the Axe. I mean, we have our schools that do different things, not just with the football game, but like can drives and different things within the community of battling between Sherman and Denison. And it's meant to be a healthy competition, but it is a battle nonetheless. And some people get so worked up about it that at times I just want to say, you realize it's just an axe, right? Like this is just an axe. But is it? See, I think if you took away the axe, the things would still be there. Because the axe just represents the school pride. It represents the competition. It represents some sportsmanship. At least it used to. The axe represents things. Kind of reminds me of a pretty strange story in the book of 2 Kings involving the prophet Elisha. 2 Kings says this, chapter 6. One day, the group of prophets came to Elisha and told him, "As you can see, the place where we're meeting is too small. Let us go down to the Jordan River where there are plenty of logs. There we can build a new place for us to meet." "All right," he told them, "go ahead." "Please come with us," someone suggested. "I will," Elisha said. So he went with them. When they arrived at the Jordan, they began cutting down trees. But as one of them was cutting a tree, his axe head fell into the river. "Oh, sir," he cried out, "it was a borrowed axe." "Where did it fall?" the man of God asked. When he showed him the place, Elisha cut a stick, threw it into the water at that spot, and the axe head floated to the surface. "Grab it," Elisha said. The man reached out and grabbed it. Now, this is strange. This is a miracle, but let's set the stage just a little bit for what's going on. It seems that there is a commune, a gathering, a community of prophets and their families that were dedicated to serving the Lord and following the prophet Elisha. Elisha was the man of God. He was the one that was in charge, or God was in charge through Elisha, maybe a better way to say it. Now, if you read the story of Elisha, you see that there's probably other communities of prophets that are like this, but this particular one has grown in such a way, testament to Elisha's leadership and God's power through him, but has grown in such a way that they are busting at the seams. They need a new place to live. And so they head to the Jordan River, where there's plenty of logs. Now, one guy is working his way, he's chopping down a tree, and his axe breaks. Now, I don't know exactly how it all happens, but the axe head falls into the river, and as axe heads should do, it sinks. It sinks to the bottom of the river. Now, in my opinion, this man may have freaked out a little too much. I mean, he freaks out. "Oh, sir, it was a borrowed axe." I really want to say to him, "Look, dude, it's just an axe. I mean, we can get another. We've got a group of prophets here. We have a man of God. We have plenty of things to be able to replace this axe that you borrowed. That shouldn't be a big deal." Elisha doesn't reprimand the guy. Elisha simply asked, "Where did it fall?" And then he goes and performs a miracle where this axe head that shouldn't do this normally floats to the surface, and the man gets the axe head back. Now, if we think this is just about an axe, it seems silly. But see, it's more than an axe. To this man, his reputation is on the line. See, he lived in a culture that I really wish we still lived in, where when you borrow something, It was your reputation on stake that if you didn't return it at least in as good quality, if not better quality, than what you received. This was a reputation thing for this man. And a new axe wouldn't be a way to show his reputation being quality. Returning what he borrowed would. But even more than just his reputation, this is about Elisha's reputation. See, Elisha performs a miracle to remind this commune of prophets that God is still in charge. I mean, they might be looking at the armies around them, they might be looking at Israel and what they're doing or not doing toward God, and they may be wondering, what is the point? What is going on? And Elisha reminds them, hey, God is still in charge. You see, it may just be an axe, but the axe means something. For those of us going to be watching the Battle of the Axe tonight, may we remember that it's not just about an axe. This axe means something. And all of our little things of life mean something. Let's make sure they mean the right kind of things. Let's make sure the meaning is pointing to a godly reputation and pointing toward God. Whatever that looks like for us, as followers of God, may we walk in that path. And for those of you heading to the game, see you tonight. Have a great weekend.